How we doing, people? We are back from a 2-week rest. I'm not gonna
Mhm.
say hiatus. I'm gonna say the word rest is proper. So, to everybody in the room, happy belated handsome.
Thank you, thank you.
Looking very sharp and handsome with specs, I gotta say.
And
I
the
know you've
bed
been.
bedhead bed hair.
Oh, come on, dude. It's not like you're a Gen Z broccoli cut. Get the hell out of here. Come on. Looking sharp. I'm pretty sure even the lady would say the same thing.
She highly prefers it short.
I mean, preference is preference, man, because I mean, I've had ladies where they've said, "Don't do the short hair. If you do a buzz cut, it's atrocious." If there's people that just have certain things, like some things you can't describe, and no matter what, there's gonna be 5 or 10 attributes or just articles of clothing that he or she is not gonna like, period. So I get that part. Like I was talking to a woman, she thinks this hat looks absolutely freaking atrocious. She
Which is weird. You're
despises it.
just an ass man, so
She gets the reference, but she says it's an abomination to wear out in public.
what? Nothing wrong with being an
With
assistant manager.
See, you're a man of culture.
Mhm.
So to say the least, everybody, I'm glad that I'm back. I got to spend some time in Rhode Island. I got to work on my horror novel back in development. I actually got to visit the house that inspired this whole thing. So that was cool. Yeah, it was pretty nice because it's actually part of the town beach, and they keep it there because so the original owner, it was the guy who made this painkiller. It was opium mixed with alcohol.
Oh, that sounds like a hell of a thing.
This is obviously this is I think late 1800s, early 1900s, I think. And the stone structure is actually still mint. It passed hands a couple of times, had a few fires, and now it's by the town on the beach. I could show you some photos of it, but it actually still remains part of the town beach, so no one could develop luxury condos. Because if you think about it, right, imagine you wake up from your condo, you go to your porch to have your coffee or your morning glitch shaker, and you got boom, ocean.
Sounds swell.
Sounds swell, but well, they don't want to pollute the local economy that's been there for too long because that kind of would go for like 700 grand easy. Just wretched. But it was actually nice because outside of a couple of news things that kind of made you laugh, when I got back, it was like boom, drop the hammer and back to reality. Like just this whole weekend, it's been, let's see, we got more streamers that act like jerk offs and of course made headlines. We've had just like everything, sport wise crazy, stream wise crazy, content crazy. And I'm like, but on. I didn't expect to be slapped in the face when I got home. But sure enough, it just said, hold my brewski. And it was actually funny because one of our followers who's been following our show for a long time actually wondered if we could ever do a dedicated like streamer etiquette episode. And I think we'd have to really plan out that one.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot to unpackage there to an extent. I mean,
Honestly,
really, it's honestly not that hard. It's two easy big things. And I guess the first one's hard for a lot of people to understand. And it like you want streamer etiquette, it's two big things. One, don't be an asshole. Two, don't self promote where you shouldn't self promote. Easy, done.
I think there's more to it than that because I mean, I think this is also going towards, I think there's more of a, I think follower etiquette is easier than stream host etiquette
I would say it's
because
vice versa.
I okay, so I'm just kind of going off of this. If you're XQC and you're an action man And if you are the Island Boys, and I'm even going to include that 12, this was mortifying to me. The fact that we have to have a guy stay up for 12 days in a row to try to get popularity, and that's not healthy. I remember this is going back close to 10 years ago. I was working with an assistant manager. This is when Twitch is in early stages, of course. This is 2015 or so. It made rounds because this guy who was a streamer and husband and father of three, he passed away. And a lot of people said it's because he stayed up for too long and had these other unhealthy habits, and his heart just gave out one night. Like, all this stuff is just crazy.
Well, the person was trying to do
You look at these.
the streamer was trying to do a world record challenge. They're trying to beat the world record for the most consecutive time alive, or not alive, but awake.
So I was about to say, as far as like stream goes, shot in the dark, Teach. But have you ever? Now, this was one time a long time ago. I watched it with my sister when she was younger. Do you by any chance remember a blur of that one iCarly episode?
Which one blind?
It was the one where they said they're gonna do the longest stream, I think, or the longest webisode or something like that. And
Sounds
Spencer was making this big giant flow and the power surge and it disconnected him. So he won a record, but the girls and Freddie and the show did not because the power cut.
sure.
So relevance. Basically, what Freddie said is the same thing I said. You're gonna be streaming for how many hours? What are you gonna be doing for all that time? Like, this is just me, but I now listen, I don't want to go down the dark path and be down the asshole path where it just goes, these people are really desperate and have no life if they're watching this guy stay up for 12 days in a row. I'm not going to be that guy. But if you're going to have if and I always find it stupid. Maybe every time I comment this, I get, you're so judgmental or you don't know what you're doing, but people call the randomest things cringe. I think it's cringe when somebody has a camera on them when they're sleeping and people are watching them sleep. Like, sorry, I don't need to see a shirtless man sleep for X amount of hours. I don't get it. That's not content to me. That's a fugaze. So, as far as 12 days in a row worth of content, what's somebody doing outside looking like a zombie? Which that seemed to be all the clips that were being made, and one guy basically making fun of him. Like, what do you do for 12 days in a row? Like, going grocery shopping. Okay, you're adulting. Okay, that sounds kind of boring. Are you gaming? Are you shopping? Are you playing card games? Like, having a camera in a guy's face for 12 days in a row. How much could there possibly be that's excitement?
A lot.
Really?
Oh yeah, you could plan for it.
Like, what's the guy doing for all that time? That's interesting for the majority of it. I'm pretty sure you
Gaming.
could plan some things. I just don't know for the full show, man. Like, me, I couldn't do it. Not only
But in,
that, but I also find it funny that Guinness can't honor the records because it's dangerous.
but in caffeine news,
You got some stuff? Because
hell
I
no,
got
I was
some stuff.
expecting you to have some stuff.
I do. So apparently, there is a 7-Eleven exclusive Ryse flavor. I saw it on a post. They didn't announce what it was. And if this rumor is true, my metaphorical prayers have been spoken. Apparently, it's Arctic blueberry.
So it's just a straight blueberry.
I don't know, but if that's the case, I'm down. I just saw one thing. It might have been photoshopped. I've been asking for a link. I didn't got it. But apparently it was a collab with the Dallas Mavericks and it was Arctic Blueberry, which, okay, whatever. I'm fine with it. But that's just what's going on now, and I have zero confirmation. As well as the first topic at hand. Well, I find it funny because this is obviously from Market Watch. And before I get into that, I just want to share something with you. I took the risk and it paid off.
Yeah, I'll let you speak freely on that on your behalf.
So, to say the least, Teach, I know you're not a fan of this, and I'm not a fan of the brand either. But it tastes like they took the cherry Pepsi formula, made it diet, mixed it with seltzer.
That does not sound appetizing.
So, does it taste like it could be a little, does it taste a little light? Naturally, it does. That's just the nature of the beast. But for what it is, very good. Very good. Vitamin Shop. Savior. And speaking of, I did want to do another. I did have 2 cans in mind for another mystery challenge for when I send you. I gotta send you out something, but I think I have some dedicated rules
Oh,
for this challenge, just so you can have a critique. So let's see. I actually do have the things over there, and the labels do peel off, so I don't have to. Because if you remember, there's that one can where I took the sander to it.
mm-hmm.
And then the majority was going through, and I'm like, I don't want to thin the metal or pop it, so I taped it. So essentially, what we got a small can and a regular can. I've tried both brands. I enjoy them both, and I don't think that you have tried. Hmm. I know one of them you definitely have not tried the brand.
Is it Grill of Mines?
You've tried that once.
I have tried that once. That's what I was asking.
I keep the receipts on that one. You know that.
We
But
do keep receipts.
one of them you definitely have not tried.
Lost and found?
Nope, I'm not saying.
Because I have tried that one.
I know. I know you've tried that at least once. So no spoilers. But
Okay.
here's the key. So here's the rules. We're gonna have 2 cans. They're not gonna be labeled, but I'm gonna cut the label in half and I'm gonna keep them behind my desk so we have clarification. This is not gonna be leaked out. I'm not gonna be telling everybody. So not this show, the following show, they'll know. Let's see. Number 2, I have to like the can. So just for, devil's advocate, as I've told people, I've told your mods, I've told your lady, I'm not going to serve you anything nuclear.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone seen Sword Art Online? I'm not cooking anything nuclear. And thirdly, for this round, there is no C4.
Good. Good.
I thought about it, but if I was going to send you one C4, it would be a dead giveaway.
Mm-hmm.
Not because the beta aniline, because I think the best can they make. Officially now, the best can they make. And it would be a straight up dead giveaway. And if you ever lost a bet with me, I'd be having you search and buy that can. I think you'd actually enjoy it. It would be the C4 Hawaiian Punch.
Okay.
I think that's the best can they make officially. But yes, no C4. I gotta like the cans, and I will save the labels here so I can show you. That way I just kind of go, hey.
Now, speaking of cans, I will mention a quick thing. I wish I still had the can. Now that we're back to regular programming, I wish I could have still had the can so I could more properly review it. I've only found it once. I've not been able to find it again. I don't know if the place I got it from got it early or just everywhere's out of it, but I've not been able to find it. I have found and have tried the Prime Dream Pop.
I'm still looking for it.
I found it once in my local Speedway. I have not seen any other place have it yet. They don't have it anymore. They had it the one time. That can, I can confidently say, is the greatest thing out of all the Prime Energy cans. Now, the bar isn't high, so that's not necessarily saying much, but
Okay.
easily the best can they have for energy. And it better damn well be because KSI once, had orange creamsicle with G Fuel. So, he better damn well know what a good orange creamsicle tastes like. And honestly, the can does taste very on point.
Very on point.
Honestly, if you recall what the G Fuel orange creamsicle can tasted like, it's like he reminisced that can but put it in prime form.
I got it up there somewhere. I'm not reaching for it. I don't know. Even though I'm back, like even though I've been to work and I actually wore steel-toe boots to work today. It's the first time I wore them in a lot of years. I still feel like I'm in vibe mode. So I'm not complaining too much, but I'm not reaching for those right now.
If I can find them again, I'll get one for me and someone out to you. If you still can't find it, I haven't been able to find it again. But easily the best can, in my opinion, of the entire energy line. Solid 7.5 out of 10. I've not been impressed with any of the Honest Prime energy cans. So easily number one.
So I was impressed with the lemon lime just simply because every lemon lime that they make on the market, there's maybe one other brand out there that kind of goes, at least for me. But for the time being, when I had the lemon lime can, I'm like, bro, like again, formula wise, I don't like the prime, but if we had to go a flavor once in a while, that kind of fits the bill. And then I enjoyed the fruit punch. So it was the green can and the red can. But now that we're going to have the Dream Pop can, I think that could probably top everything because I'm an orange cream guy. I don't have it too often. I don't spoil myself too often, but that hits. Ironically speaking, the last thing I've been having energy wise has been, oh my God, dude, I was house sitting for the week before I went on vacation. I left some of the stuff at the house I was sitting at, and I left my freaking glitch tub there.
Man down.
I can still go back to the house, but God, the pain. Otherwise, I would have snapped some pics for you. I would have I was thinking about it. I was hesitant because I didn't want to get like sand in like the tub or anything on the beach or anything because I was thinking let's not. But I kind of regret not having them because like having some of the Teach iced tea by the ocean pics would have hit so well, man.
It would have hit.
So well. Dude, I would have taken so many pictures for you to use over the course of next few weeks. It wouldn't even be funny. But nonetheless, also Prime, if you didn't know, is getting sued by its distributor because it failed to hit the minimum order.
That was something I was wanting to look more into to get all the details, but I did see something about that. First, they were allegedly sued by the Olympics, and then next, they're allegedly being sued by their distributor.
So why the Olympics? So I didn't hear about that one. So the distributor is about their minimum was, I think, 55 million cases or so. Something crazy like that. And they did not hit the minimum. That was their minimum. So if you're Prime and you have brought in $1.2 billion in business, and obviously, as you know, huge in America, huge across Europe, I'm not surprised at all. It is a global brand and a global hype brand at that. But as far as the Olympics, I'd like to hear more.
So, to start off with this, U.S. Olympic Committee sues Logan Paul's drink company, aka Prime. The U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Committee says Coca-Cola has the exclusive rights to use the Olympic trademark, including the words Olympic and Team USA on beverages in the United States. This is a New York Times article by Michael Levinson. But as the 2024 Olympic Games are about to begin, it says another company, Prime Hydration, found by the YouTube personalities Local Paul and KSI, have been using those terms and others to promote a sports drink without the committee's permission. On Friday, the committee filed a lawsuit in the U.S. District of Colorado, where the committee is based, and according to Prime Hydration, of willful and blatant trademark infringement. The lawsuit seeks all of the profits that Prime derived from the products that infringe on the Olympic trademarks, as well as millions of dollars in damages to be determined at trial. The suit points out in particular to a Prime Hydration drink that features Kevin Durant, the star forward for the Phoenix Suns, who is trying to win his fourth gold medal,
Which
etc.
you did.
The packaging, online ads, and promotions for the drink featuring Mr. Durant use the words Olympics, Olympian, Team USA, and Going for Gold, which are all trademarks owned by the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Committee, the lawsuit says.
To say the least, I will just say this. The Olympics has had these trademarks going forward. Now, I think some of them, like I think Go for Gold has been a generic term that you've heard in many movies.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that term, even hearing it, like, especially if you see the movie Blades of Glory with Will Ferrell. Like, even a license plate said "Go for Gold," go the number 4 and gold. Like all these things, go for gold, and that's always been like these headliners ever since I could remember. I think it's so generic, but if they somehow were able to copyright that, sorry, Prime, you have no case. Zero. Absolutely zero. I mean, for crying out loud, I mean, to put things into perspective, I wish I had it. I think I recycled it or so, but Aaron Judge, Yankee player, star player, MVP, he has one skin of a prime bottle coming and another skin is coming. So the first one is of the Yankee pinstripe uniform. I think we know what that is. It's iconic. But at the same time, there's no Yankee logo on it that I know of. And you can't trademark pinstripes. You can't do it. That's like trying to trademark the shape of a triangle. You can't do it. And then there's one where I think it's the color of the Statue of Liberty. They always have, I call it Liberty Blue. That's just what I call it. I don't know the correct terminology for it. It's like a turquoise. But still, when you go with that versus using a slogan, that's different. Now, if they were to use something like Pride Power Pinstripes that's used by the Yes Network, there's a lawsuit. Again, I have no idea who is up in the PR department for Prime, but that guy needs to get canned and somebody else to get in there. Because what the hell are they thinking? Like, this is like ideas that I have as a kid, and even my own mother just goes, that's trademarked, right? Simple shit. It's like, hey, let's go with the Olympics. Okay, you're telling me you can't go to an executive or you don't have a guy on staff that knows what you can and cannot do, or they just not give a shit because they're older frat boys that are just going to do whatever the hell they want and just pay whatever fine they want. I don't know.
Now, the other lawsuit that you had brought up, to give a little bit of context to, the U.S. bottler Refresco is seeking $67.7 million from energy drink producer Prime Hydration and its owners, Congo Brands, over an alleged breach of a master supply agreement. According to a court filing submitted in Delaware on Friday, August 2nd, Refresco said it entered a production agreement with Prime in 2023, but that the following bottler's investment in its production facility to accommodate the deal, no orders were sent. Refresco argued that it had informed Prime that to fulfill the contract, it would have to set up a production line at its Truesdale, Missouri bottling facility that would be dedicated to making Prime's custom bottle. The bottler said this action required large upfront expenditures and time. Defendants agreed to the production fee and a 3-year minimum purchase volume commitment, Refresco said in its lawsuit. This agreement tasked Refresco with producing 55.5 million cases of Prime over 3 years. If Prime failed to buy at least 90% of the produced volumes each year, they would have to pay a shortfall fee for each unpurchased case.
I mean, that's kind of reasonable. But again,
Well,
102 billion coming in for a year. That was their last calendar year.
while initial sales of Prime were high, Refresco claims that by 2024, sales had fallen below Prime's expectations.
Okay, so let's pause there for a moment. This is where I want to get into. So, my apologies to you and everybody. Market Watch wants me to subscribe to get to both of the articles I have. I only got a small piece, but I read all of them before they're taken away, before they said subscribe to continue. I know. So essentially, there's two headlines here. One, Monster beverage stock is sinking. Yes, it is. In fact, it's been down for over one full calendar year. One full year. And here's the funny part, executives are blaming what? Convenience stores. When you hear that they're blaming convenience stores, what do you think of?
Bullshit.
Why do you think bullshit?
Marsha.
Translation?
Uh, it's not because of markets. It's not because of convenience stores.
So I will say why they blame convenience stores, in my opinion. You want to know what that is?
Because they don't
So
promote their products enough.
when you went by growth. So there's one thing that I believe that big companies do not see the real expectation. You can say this is Vance Corporation. You can say this is Nike, Prime, Monster Energy. Now, obviously, if you see ghost brands, they've been on the huge rise percentage wise because look at the market they've been doing the last 3 years. The problem is that as you get older with time, there's more competition. There's the unrealistic goals that happened during the quarantine, the COVID 2, maybe 3 years. I'll count 2020, 21, and 22, so 3 years. And I believe some of the expectations that some of these executives are blowing smoke up each other's asses is just completely unrealistic. So at one point in time, Teach, go back to 2000, let's go to the mid 2000s, maybe 2008. Even 2008 is a stretch. How many times did you go into a gas station? The only energy drinks available were Vault, Monster, and Red Bull. Sometimes not even the sugar-free versions of it. Vault, regular Monster, regular green Monster, regular OG Red Bull.
And Rockstar.
Depending on which one you came to, but yes, I'll accept that one as well. That's why those are called the big three.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially, when you go into these gas stations and these convenience stores, you have a lot more options than just
Correct.
Monster. Look at all the flavors of Red Bull. Red Bull saw the hole in their market. They said, oh my God, look at Monster create all these flavors. We can do this. There is, other products going out there. Celsius has taken a lot of the market. We have Ryse in these stores, grocery stores too. Ghost, C4. You go up and down the line. There's all these brands that some people never even heard of. And they're trying them. And guess what? Not everyone is grabbing an OG Monster like they used to. And even the executives are admitting that sugar free is half the market. But yet, sometimes you go into the convenience store, you literally see two full shelves in the fridge dedicated to OG Green Monster. Sometimes they have a few flavors, sometimes it's limited selection. I don't really know where that all goes, but again, when you have so much competition, why are you expecting to go higher and higher? How many nootropics do you have, Monster? 0. What are you doing to make a better product? Nothing. There's less artificial sweeteners in other drinks. You have multiple. The product doesn't hold up compared to the others, and they're crying, oh, we're blaming the convenience stores. They also call themselves now, let's see, Monster Beverage says it's been hit harder as a blue collar brand. It plans to raise prices anyway. Yeah. I used to work construction. You know how many construction workers I know had a couple of monsters?
A lot.
I used to go into Cumberland Farms. One guy, I only went there a couple times to grab myself a little bit of breakfast, but there's one guy, he parked in the corner. He kept his truck running. It's about 5 to 5:30 a.m. 2 green monsters, an orange dreamsicle, a pack of cigarettes, and a snack. And every time I went there, he'd be right there ordering all that and occasionally a breakfast sandwich. Yeah, that guy was going to do all that. You want to say insulation like me? You want to say the carpenters, the concreters? Yeah, it's a blue collar brand because people stick with what works. It's just like the beer that they drink after hours. They have what they like, they stick to it. And guess what? You like what you like. And then you got people like us that are constantly trying new and newer things. And the one thing that I think that people don't admire, you can say because of the stream market, but when you take us, right? So Teach, when you were drinking powdered energy drinks, what did that take you off of? Was it Mountain Dew at the time?
Yeah.
And for me, same brand we were talking about, but that took me off of buying cases of Red Bull. That's also not included in their math because these companies are not high enough.
Mm-hmm.
G Fuel is not high enough. Glitch not high enough. Advanced GG not high enough. So they don't even recognize the brand. But yet, as a whole, if we would take the G Fuel, the Gamer Sups, the Advanced GG, and the Glitch community all as a whole, that's millions and millions of people that switched off the mainline drink and into a powder.
Correct.
Also not concluded in their numbers.
Correct.
So again, we have more people having smoke blown up their ass, and they have lost the plot entirely. Goodness gracious.
And also, looking into it, there hasn't been any much more of a development on the 2 lawsuits, but it just appears at this time Prime is facing 2 lawsuits.
Well, the Olympics, if they're not over, they're about to be over, and then I think they'll sell things. And again, lawsuits don't happen night and day. Will there be a settlement? We don't know. And a lot of times settlements are last minute, particularly if you've ever been to jury duty. You ever been?
Me? No, thank God. Knock on wood.
So, to say the least, I got summoned twice. So, what happened was, when I got summoned, it was Thursday evening. I was supposed to report to the courthouse in my town Friday morning. I forget what time. I think 8 or 9 o'clock. So I was doing my Friday morning's work on Thursday night. I dumped the last bag of trash. I got a text. You are no longer needed. And then they cycle you through again. So that was last minute. Essentially, what that means is, from what I'm told, there is a settlement made. Basically meaning that the poor bastard took the plea bargain. Your services are no longer needed. I think that some of the stuff with the Olympics, I don't know. Do you drag it out or do you hope for a settlement? I don't know.
That's really on their point. Do they fight it or do they not? They're going up against Coca-Cola, who is easily lawyered up.
So this is more of an Olympic case, in my opinion. Is it the Olympics soon, or is this Coca-Cola soon?
It is great question.
Because if it's Coca-Cola, considering what Monster does with their attorneys, I think they're going to have this go all the way to the end. If this is the Olympics, I think the best thing for you to do is to say, here's the settlement I'm looking for, and we are going to press charges. And what I would say is, if I'm them, see if you can shave off a small window of it and just say, do you want to shave this off so we don't have to go to court? And if they say yes, boom, just take it.
They're being sued by the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Committee.
Yes, yes, yes. Also, I'm pissed at the Olympics because there were some handicap skateboards that got the shaft at the event, and there's a good amount of them that are 2 towns over, and I actually got to meet those guys, man. I was very disappointed and sad, and some say they blame the rain, some say they blame the committee members, some say they blame the management, but that was an event that was about to take place. I was waiting to see the footage, see if they're gonna documentary over it, and a lot of guys flew over willingly, nothing paid for, from the US to Paris for this event just to get turned away, or they would be threatened to be kicked out, arrested, etc. Awful, awful way of handling it all in all. As much as I want to say screw the Olympics for what they've done this year, as much as I hate to say it, they do have a case, and it's about the bitch boys. I'm all for it.
I mean, they do have the case if Coca Cola has the copyrights, and if they are infringing on copyrights, you know how strict copyright lawsuits are. You don't want to mess with copyrights.
That you do not. That's like one of the other things that you just don't do. And honestly, man, I've just been so scared of social media lately, not just because of these morons on stream, but also thank Christ we're not in the UK, brother. Have you even
Why?
seen the stuff going on?
No.
There's been people on the UK posting things on Facebook, and from what would be free speech here in America, some people are getting thrown in jail for 2 to 3 years.
I've seen images of such stuff. I haven't looked into it to actually know the validity of it.
For some reason, Alon's been spamming on my personal Twitter that I usually use it to, get update on a couple of things, sports news, certain topics. But for some reason in my algorithm, Alon ends up being every 3 times I put on, there seems to be a headline. And it's Elon Musk basically going through a lot of political talk because it's that time of year. And yeah, I'm very concerned about UK creators at this point, because the fact that they're using their, again, there's Facebook policy and then there's UK law. There's a bunch of stuff that's going into the streaming thing that I think is just affecting the industry and the hobby as a whole. Like, I actually found out right before we got on that Turkey banned Roblox.
Interesting.
I guess they say that it is a groomer magnet and they think it is not safe. So they're putting a kibosh on it, and there's this protest of all these kids marching. They're literally like 10-year-old kids marching, saying to bring it back. Oh man. I don't know, Teach. It's so odd because I mean, when I think of certain streams, and I'm not a regular viewer, and I usually do it for background noise, and sometimes I tune in, I multitask, I do whatever. And I'm not usually in a bunch of big ones. But I mean, I'll watch Limitless play some CS:GO and some of the Rocket League matches. I'll watch you, of course. I'll watch Recon, Holly, Mads, and fun fact. There's been a handful of times where I've actually fallen asleep in a Mad stream. Like it's been like 10 o'clock at night. I literally fall asleep in this chair, and then an hour later goes by, and I'm like, "Oh shit, it's been real mad. Sorry, but I'm better off getting my ass to bed." But then there are these other things I go into, and it's like a culture shock.
Really, would I tell you? Would you believe me if I told you that 7-Eleven is creating their own energy drink?
I know they make their own Gatorade and they change the formula and they add dyes into it and give it another bottle shape, but 7-Eleven's making their own generic brand energy.
This comes out this article came out August 7th.
Objection. Send me
7
that link right. Send it right over here in the. You got the private chat function in this thing, or thank you,
7-Eleven
my good man.
introduces a new beverage lineup, including a new energy beverage, 7 Select Fusion Energy, a new premium hydration and a new premium hydration beverage, 7 Select Rehydrate. The new 7
Seven
Select
Select
Fusion Energy
Fusion.
is available in 4 flavors: Cosmic Cherry, Rockin' Rainbow, Galactic Citrus, and Paradise Pulse. Each can is packed with high antioxidant vitamin C and essential B6 and B12 vitamins to elevate energy, boost mental sharpness, and enhance mood. 7 Select Fusion Energy contains zero sugar, it's gluten free and free from artificial colorings and high fructose corn syrup.
So for how long? Because again, we like the hydration that they had because it was the same thing with Gatorade, but taking the dyes out. Now, I I'm not sure where this is going. So, Cosmic Cherry, I'm a little nervous, but all right. Galactic Citrus, again, citrus could be anything. So, is this going to be another vanilla, or is this going to be something to rave about?
So
Let's see.
this is something that'll have to be looked at for me to pick up and see if I can get and ship out to you too, because this is mostly going to be in 7-Eleven, Speedways, and Stripe stores. And I have plenty of
Stripes.
yeah, I don't know what Stripes is, but I have plenty of
I don't know what the
Speedways
hell
near
that
me,
is either.
but no 7-Elevens.
The hydration beverage is available in cherry fruit punch
Also,
grape
share your
flavors
thing real
now
quick.
until August 27th. Consumer could buy one bottle of 7 Select Rehydration and get another free. Okay. I got a couple 7-Elevens by me. I guess I'm going to have to check it out and see if it'll actually hit this time around. Not for nothing. Paradise Pulse. I mean, I'm seeing kiwis and let me share this right here, just so I could show everybody what the hell this is, just because this will look better visually. So I'm looking at this blue can. I see kiwi. I'm pretty sure that's green apple, and I see cucumber. What the hell, bud? Cherry. For cherry, I'm always skeptical of because this is either going to be good or this is going to be a nightmare. Let's see. Rockin' Rainbow. Okay. Is this rainbow candy? Is this going to be mixed fruit? And then we have citrus. Is this going to be another lemon lime abomination? I don't know. I'm looking at this right here. I'm seeing the lime, the raspberry, the orange. Not bad. Not bad. I don't know, dude. I'm intrigued, but I got the blinders on. I got my seatbelt on, and I've got like the. You ever see like those guys that are ready to get into a car accident? They got like the catcher's uh, shin guards, the mouth guard, and they got the thing in front of them. I'm that right now. Because I hope this isn't as bad as Intense from Dollar General.
I feel like I can confidently say it won't be that bad. It might not be the greatest thing ever, but I feel like I can confidently say it's not gonna be that bad. Because really, that's putting the bar really low. Let's be real; those were god awful. I would say on
I
par
didn't.
with Glitch with an I.
I said Intense. I didn't say Bing.
Yeah, and Intense wasn't great. Again, we're setting the bar low.
No, I didn't. If I said I hope it's not Bing, I set the bar down to the floor and got
Correct.
a jackhammer and
But
put
even
it
Intense
lower.
was low.
Intense was okay, bearable to. I don't regret them being sent. I don't regret them being sent because you know how experiments need a control. Sometimes you need to wake up, smell the coffee, compare something to know how good you got it. That was a good control. That was a good reality check. Bing was something that, hell, if my sink could talk, it's probably crying and saying, "Don't remind me of that nightmare."
And your Borch, or your whatever it is that has been hit plenty of times.
The driveway. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. The driveway.
Well, to say the least, there's been a plenty of driveway things, and actually, I forgot which can, but one of them was on top of the barbecue grill. I hit the grill with the can. I forgot what can it was. I just remember there was one time I looked in the morning, I just go, "Oh no, I hit the grill." Bad on my end. Ah, yes. We made a post about that, Bry. To say the least, there is the official energy drink for the Chicago Cubs and the Philadelphia Phillies is Ghost Energy.
Did we
It's
make a
just
post about that?
what was that?
Did we make a post about that?
I did, yes. So just similar to what the Golden Knights do, the Vegas Golden Knights do for hockey, they have skins for the ballpark.
Also,
Which
because I know
go ahead.
I know you posted it, but for reference, Bum Energy, pretty sure that's pre-workout. Like the Bum Energy can, I don't think it's the Ryse equivalent of a just basic energy drink. I think that's more your C4 pre-workout can rather than like a regular energy drink can.
I looked at the ingredients. I classify that one as an energy. I mean, also, as far as caffeine goes, not really that high. It's actually only, I think it's as much caffeine as a 12-ounce Red Bull. I think it's only like 100-ish.
I guess I have to look at the formula, but I would assume it being Bum, it would be an actual like energy, like actual more pre-workout than regular
Let me
energy.
see what goes on here. I was trying to see if I could find a label for you because I know Bum does a lot of pre-workout stuff, but so
Correct.
does Ryse, and it falls in the energy drink category. Let's see. There's some of them I haven't tried. I haven't tried the champion mentality, although that looks like a blue snow cone. There was also a leak that was put out. They are this I actually found just simply by a Google search, but I found out that there is one vendor selling their pink lemonade. I guess it's a good year for the pink lemonade.
Wow.
Let's see.
So this is where Teach will happily admit when he is wrong and will bite his own words. This is actually just a straight up energy drink, and their formula is honestly kind of impressive to the extent of it's just plain and simple to the point. They're not trying to be over top, over snazzy, over anything.
Oh,
Five
so you see
calories.
the label? You see the label right now?
Yeah, 5 calories, 30 milligrams of sodium, 0 sugar. Here's the ingredients list. Mind you, ingredients list. Carbonated water, citric acid, natural flavor, cognizin, uh, acetylcholine, natural caffeine from coffee bean, sucralose, sodium, benzoate, which is a preservative, potassium sorbate, which is also a preservative. That's it.
Simple, straight to the point. By the way, I had the root beer over the weekend, the bum root beer. And a couple days before I left for vacation, there's this dive restaurant. It went downhill over the years and changed ownership, I think. But there's one thing that they do actually make in-house still to keep the tradition alive. Now, again, I went in there to eat because I haven't been there since I was a kid and I've never around the area. But I thought it was just higher grade McDonald's. Like even the beef patty was like that thin. I was not impressed by that. Like, dude, give me a legit freaking bun. Like, what are we doing? But they make in-house root beer. Have you ever tried it? Anything like that?
Mm-mm.
Imagine root beer with no bitterness. If you have any idea how that's like, whoo boy, it's a good time, man. Like I took one of those to go with me. Like that was a good time. But yeah, bum is I know it's one of those drinks where you either like it or you don't. But me personally, let's see.
We
I
also
actually
have
like
a new release from Ghost coming out soon, which I've seen a little bit of hype around. It's not out yet though, with the new Ghost Energy Welch's Grape, which will be getting rolling out into retailers Sunday, September 1st. I genuinely hope it's good.
yes. I definitely hope it's not
Coffee or not
chemical
coffee, cough
a
syrup.
chemical monstrosity. Yes. Also, if we go on the Advanced GG website, we have a couple of new things in. Oh wow. I forgot this was a thing, but sold out quick. Orange creamsicle, strawberry kiwi. We have sour rainbow candy in the Focus line, pineapple paradise. We got something called jungle juice. We got advanced Uberry burst and the blueberry acai. You can save $15 off the tub right now. Again, it's one of those brands where sometimes they have a diamond in the rough sort of thing. Like Dream Team Punch, I'm a fan. They got energy sticks in the energy line, in the Remune and the Hopium. Let's see. Melon Cream Pop's always a good time. It's my favorite. You know that. Ooh, Strawberry Peach. I don't know. How's that sound, boss?
Strawberry peach.
Yeah.
Hopefully good.
The only time I've tried that is it was the Rockstar. I've tried the regular and the zero. I like the zero better, but that's freaking good. Moving on to gamer subs, there's actually this one flavor that recently came out. And when I found out what the flavor was, I was actually pissing myself laughing. Just one moment, let me find it just to make sure I wasn't dreaming. Let's see. There's Goof Juice. There's Incel Tears. Nuclear Bombsicle. I knew that. Damn, where is it? Guilty Pleasure's back. Thank goodness. Yeah, son of a bitch. I'm not finding it. Maybe I know one of my friends sent it to me via Discord. I just got to scroll up. But I think it was actually banana flavor. And I haven't seen anything banana flavored since as far as like regular banana flavor, wasn't any talks until there was the NFT with G Fuel. Just double check me on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. So Goof Juice is strawberry kiwi. Incel Tears is banana cream pie. That's kind of funny if you think about it. Ayo.
Hey yo.
Yes. That's a perfect name for that kind of flavor. Don't know if you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
Yes, yes, indeed. Let's see. Ooh, Quest is making baked muffins and its protein line. Hopefully, it doesn't taste like shit. I'm just kind of going through stacked a little bit. Oh, here's one. Back to Prime. Apparently, there's only one or two cases of this made, but it was a bubblegum flavor for
Hmm.
St. West. Yeah, thank God you didn't release that to stores. Not worth anyone's time. Correct me if I'm wrong. Show of hands who wants to see Prime release of straight bubble gum. And moving on because people are smart.
Any last
Uh,
minute topics, Mr. Relly?
Honestly, I think that's really about it, man. I mean, it kind of just went a lot faster than I thought. And, well, you know how things kind of go. But it's also really weird, man, because one thing I noticed kind of with not only just like the market as a whole, but have you noticed that they're trying to squeeze out spooky season for 3 months now instead of two?
Yep.
They're trying so hard to make it from September 1st all the way through October. That way, I mean, if Halloween was on October 15th, you'd see Christmas extend middle of October. But because Halloween's on the last day of the month, Christmas is 2 months long for some. But now they're literally trying to go August 1st. Great, let's start celebrating Halloween. I don't get it. Like late July, like Reese's was starting to release the pumpkin shaped uh candies. Did you see them?
Mm-hmm.
Terrible. So, granted, right? The only reason I wanted to get some stuff done early is because I got products to make. I currently am going to be constructing a bat house, if you know what that is. Basically, it's not a birdhouse, it's meant for bats. It's supposed to be for a Halloween prop. And I've never made it before, so I'm just making a rough draft before I gift them away. And because of materials, time, everything else, I'm getting ready for it, kind of like I'm a retailer and then the horror novel. But then there's people that are already in the full swing of things, and kids aren't even back to school yet. Like, this is just my narrative. I don't know about you. The food could be welcomed. It could be welcomed. But for me, eh, fall for me doesn't start until sometime in October. I know I'm in the minority.
No, I agree.
Now, I know you're in a cold weather state and it's colder over you than by me, but don't take away my summer after because like again, I feel like people it's like, all right, I had my vacation in July, I'm sunburnt. Now I want to wear my hoodies 24/7 and shove a pumpkin and a big giant candy apple up my ass and call it Halloween for 3 months.
Hey yo.
Sorry, not sorry. Don't fucking do it to me. That's my narrative. Not sure how you and everybody else are. I know I could easily get cooked on it, but that's my take. Because I've had summers where they've only lasted 2 months of hot weather and then it went back to being 50 degrees. I hate when that happens. There's sometimes in Connecticut where you just want it to be comfortable. I don't need to be blistering hot, but as far as I'm concerned, when you see the first leaf fall, it means one thing to me: the cold.
Mm-hmm.
and daylight savings, which just makes everything more difficult. Just my 2 cents. Any other narratives, Teach?
No, not truly. I felt like we were gonna have a little bit more coming back after the 2 week break, but not as much as we were hoping for.
I mean, it goes quick, and sometimes it just happens, man. Also, you know how the summers go.
Mm-hmm.
G Fuel's not releasing stuff. Glitch released a lot in July, and they're bound to slow down. Advanced GG is going to do its thing, but they're kind of on the back burner. Gamer Subs is Gamer Subs. People know day of, and they look at their emails on it religiously. As far as new products, outside a couple politics where we don't try to get into, things get dry. You know how it goes. At this point, we're going to have to be planning out topics. Although that streamer etiquette one for viewer and host, that might be one to look into as far as how much research. Oh God. That might be like a whole slideshow of good guy, neutral, and douchebag and freaked frat boy.
Pretty much, just don't be an asshole.
We can say don't be a dick, but we say on something that makes it so simple, but yet everybody does it. Like, I'm sorry, but I'm even seeing like all these vids, right? Like, I'm sorry, but like some of the stuff is kind of like, again, I'm going to keep going with a guy has Big Johnson syndrome or self entitlement or having smoke blown up their ass. It's like, hey, I have a W code. Do you know who I am? You're nobody. Who are you? Like Aiden Ross, you're a schmuck. Who are you? Nobody. Action Man, what are you? I don't want to say the R word, but you are a professional R word and a peaked frat boy with a low IQ. That's your gimmick. That's what you come up with. I feel like everyone's trying to form all these toxic streamers and become their own version of it. Now, I'm not sure if it's because they are introverted and they're not and they want attention, or it's because they think that this is going to prevent them from having a real job because most Gen Zs are afraid of job applications, doctor's offices, and talking on the phone. Ironically, but yet they stream. I don't know. I don't like where this is going, Teach. Might be time to give people some clarity.
They do it because they feel like being an asshole or whatever the hell you want to say it is the way to get views and get stuff shared, and even sometimes bad publicity is good publicity. So
Man, could you imagine me being a professional jerk off?
look, I'm sure one day we'll have bad publicity out there, be like, this podcast talked crap on this energy supplement, and their community are going to go into an uproar. But
I
hey,
bring the guy on
more
the show and tell him off and tell him how he's wrong and how I'm wrong and I'm a dick.
but more people hear about the podcast.
I mean, again, we hate clout, we hate copium, but at the same time, we kind of get how it all goes. But yes, I mean, we've tried a few times, and to say the least, we've had more feedback from positivity than negativity, if you think about it, which is actually kind of nice. That kind of limelight is pretty sweet. Sweet.
But otherwise,
Uh,
after a 2 week hiatus, here we are, episode 124.
and backing at it. And there actually might be a couple of cool things in store as well. But first off, I need to get this gentleman his package. Hopefully, I could deliver it tomorrow during my break at work because I'm near a post office now, finally. And in the meantime, everybody, please stay safe and well. It's still hot out, so drink your freaking water. We had another incident with a guy with heat stroke. Don't ask, it just happened. Everybody, we love you. Stay safe. We missed you. And hopefully we see you next Monday. Or part of your regular program. Take it easy, y'all. Lattice.